Question for you. If you could choose a sense from an animal, what would you choose? Would you want to have the sight of a hawk or the hearing of a bat? Maybe you'd want electroreception of a shark. That's what we'll be discussing this week on Philosophy Friday. Hey philosophers, I'm Jonas, and this is Philosophy Friday, a place where we like to ask interesting and sometimes bizarre questions. Don't forget to check out the question for next week so you can be part of the conversation. Today's question. Of all the senses in the animal kingdom, which do you covet the most? First, let's talk about the senses. We all know about taste, smell, sight, hearing, and touch, but did you know that scientists have identified a lot more? There isn't consensus on exactly how many there are, but some put the number as high as 32 distinct senses observed in the animal kingdom. But even humans have more than just the 5. Let's talk about a few. Which way is up? Which way is left or right? Well, if you can answer these questions, it's because of your vestibular sense, which we all have thanks to a set of receptors in our inner ears. Tightrope walkers need a finely tuned vestibular sense, but they also need proprioception. Proprioception is what gives us the ability to know exactly where the parts of our bodies are without looking at them. The next sense on our list is temperature. We know if something is hot or cold because of the nerves in our skin that are finely tuned to identify temperature. Our bodies also have interoception, which is the feelings we have about what's inside of our bodies. If you feel your heart thumping or your stomach is nauseous, you can think, or blame, your interoception. Then there's our good friend pain. Yep, pain's considered a sense. I trust I don't need to explain that one. But these are just senses that we humans have. Let's look at a sample of animal senses that we lack. Ever wonder how turtles end up on the exact same beach where they were born to lay their eggs? Well, that's because they have magnetoreception. This sense is also found in birds and some fish, like salmon. Some sharks can sense prey without visual cues due to their electroreception, or the ability to sense electrical fields. Fun fact, bees use electroreception to find flowers, and duck-billed platypi use it in murky water to find prey. Snakes can sense infrared heat using their Jacobson's organ. Cats also have a Jacobson's organ, thank you very much. One sense that I've been working on honing is to tell if someone has subscribed or not. I'm sensing that you are clicking the button right now. Man, I'm good. There are a lot of senses we haven't talked about, like echolocation and polarized vision. But which one would you choose? Let's see what our community has to say. Ultimate Lord Kai says, I want the vision of a mantis shrimp to see colors deep in the infrared and ultraviolet spectrum. That would be pretty trippy. Salty Space Cat writes, I think having night vision would be pretty cool. Sydney Baldwin Books writes, I feel like having enhanced smell or hearing or touch would all ultimately be more stressful than helpful. I'd rather have really keen vision, like a bird of prey, or be an animal that can see a wider color spectrum, or have night vision. Russ R. says, I honestly don't know which sense I would want enhanced. It would seem that enhancing one, say hearing, would have good and bad consequences. I think the bad effect could make life pretty miserable. Josh R. says, I've always heard that, depending on the hawk or eagle, that on a clear day, some of them can see a mouse running across a field from hundreds of feet or even a mile or more away while flying. They also have a field of vision almost 2 times as large as humans, although I think worse depth perception because of it. I've always wondered what it would be like to see so well. If it's like your brain focusing on something far away, is it kind of like zooming in on it? Kitty B says, good vision or enhanced color perception would be nice, but I would probably prefer good hearing of a whale or elephant, or maybe heat sensing like a pit viper. Thank you so much for your comments. What would I pick? I'd love to have the polarized vision or the proprioception of an octopus, but I think I'm going to say the electroreception of a shark. That way I could sense more of what's going on around me. Honestly, there are a lot of good senses. Thanks for watching, and keep questioning. So what sense do you want to copy from the animal kingdom? Comment below to continue the conversation. And if you like the video, then join our conversation for next week about whether it's better to have true beliefs or good reasons for your beliefs. On screen now. It's people like you who make these videos possible, and the best way to keep this community going is by joining the discussion in the comments, and you might be featured on next week's video.